Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a detailed review of the new Vivo X50. So Vivo announced the X50 series and two devices were announced, the X50 and the X50 Pro. So these are camera centric smartphone with a really great camera hardware. Now the device is priced 34,990 in India, that's a Vivo X50. So how good is the device for that price segment? That's what we are going to analyze. Now India being a spec centric market where people actually look at the hardware specs and price to hardware ratio. So that's one aspect when we did the unboxing and hands-on with this device. Many said that the Snapdragon 730 is not really a processor for the 35k price segment. But then the processor is one part of the device. There are lots of other aspects. So how good is the Vivo X50 for 35k? That's what we are going to do in this video. So if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. Now coming to the detailed aspects. Now first let's have a look at the build quality and the design aspect. Now the moment you hold the Vivo X50 in your hands, you actually feel like a really premium looking device out there. Now the design looks really stunning. It's a well built device and the design looks really good. Now the camera unit, the placement, the slim form factor, the lightweight aspect all contribute to the good looking Vivo X50. Now probably if you ask me, Vivo X50 has to be the most good looking smartphone launched in 2020 in India. You need to actually use the device to actually feel how premium the device is. Now the back panel has a really frost kind of glass finishing which adds to the beauty of the device. It's extremely slim and lightweight and gives a good in-hand feel, and in fact the form factor is something which really impressed us in terms of the design and build quality. So in terms of the design and build quality, we would say 10 on 10 for the Vivo X50 because of the premiumness it offers. Now next is the display. Again, Vivo has not compromised on the display here. We have a full HD resolution display. It's an AMOLED display. It's a Samsung's AMOLED display and this supports HDR10 plus, and it's an AMOLED display with good viewing angles, excellent details, great sharpness levels, and also the viewing angles are also really good. The touch response also feels very smooth. So overall, if you look at the display, Vivo has done a really good job in terms of the display quality. Now next let's talk about the software. So when it comes to software, when we look at Vivo devices, Vivo has this Fun Touch OS which is a custom UI on top of Android. So Fun Touch OS has not been the most user-friendly UIs out there because if you want to access the notification toggle, you have to swipe from the bottom. So those things have been fixed by Vivo in the Vivo X50. Now the new Fun Touch OS has the notification toggles from the top section. The UI looks less cluttered, much more cleaner UI Vivo has done with the new Fun Touch OS. Now this has an app drawer and instead of multiple home screens you can have this app drawer. Looks really good. And the bloatware in the device is very minimal, although there are a couple of apps pre-installed, but those are uninstallable apps. So Vivo has done really good in terms of the software experience. We would say it's much more cleaner and refreshing UI with the Fun Touch OS on the X50. Now talking about the performance, so this is one area where we have a processor which is not really suited for the 35k price segment. We have the 855 and the 855 plus and even 865 processors in this price segment. So Vivo is offering just this Snapdragon 730 on this device. Now that's one of the compromises on the Vivo X50 because even the Chinese variant had the Vivo Snapdragon 765G octa-core processor. But now Vivo has done a bit of downgrade here. That's definitely not a great aspect, but having said that, the 730 is definitely a good processor. It may not be the best out there in terms of performance as well as gaming. So if you're looking for gaming at 35k, Vivo X50 is not a great device because Snapdragon 730 does not have high-end graphic abilities, especially for games like PUBG. But in terms of day-to-day experience, it's quite a smooth experience. Vivo has optimized the UI for 730 and it feels quite smooth. The multitasking, the RAM management, everything looks quite good. You get 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. So that's something which Vivo has done pretty good in terms of the overall experience. So you get a decent performance, no lags whatsoever, but it's not a high-end performance for 35k price segment. Now looking at the fingerprint scanner and face unlock. So you get the in-display fingerprint scanner, which is one of the really fastest out there. Vivo has been a pioneer in in-display fingerprint scanner, and even face unlock looks really fast. Now talking about the call quality. Now we have tested with Geo as well as Idea network, and we feel that the call quality and network is really good, and we did not see any sort of issues. There is VoLTE and voice over Wi-Fi support included on this device. Now the speaker performance is quite good. It is a bottom firing speaker. There is high resolution audio support, so again sound quality looks quite good. Now there is no 3.5mm audio jack on this device, but you get adapter included in the box package, which you can use with the USB-C type port. Now next is the cameras. So this is one of the most important aspect about the Vivo X50. Now it comes with a 48 megapixel Sony IMX589 sensor. It's a customized sensor for Vivo X50, and it has an aperture value of f1.6. So this is probably the first time we have seen f1.6 at this price segment, and it does a really impressive job. Now you also get an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera with distortion correction, a macro sensor, and a 13 megapixel telephoto lens with 2x optical zoom and 20x digital zoom. Now you also get a 32 megapixel in-display selfie camera. Now we have done a detailed camera review. You can also check out that video. It's one of the really good cameras in the 35K price segment. Probably the best you can get in terms of a camera experience for 35K without doubt. So the daylight shots are really great. The details, the sharpness levels, the dynamic range. Vivo's backlight HDR does an impressive job. You can actually check out the camera review we have posted to get an idea about the video recording, the camera qualities. The portraits needs a bit more fine tuning, probably for the beauty mode it applies. That's the only area we felt Vivo needs to work out. Also the selfie experience was kind of okay, a bit more refinement is needed, but otherwise it's a really stellar camera on this device, especially the night mode, where we are quite impressed with how the photos came out with the f-stop 1-point aperture and the night mode offered on the Vivo X50. So overall, if you look at the camera aspect, this is a stellar camera and probably the best camera you can get for 35,000 price segment. Now finally, the battery life. So the Vivo X50 comes with a 4200 mAh capacity battery, and it has 33 watt fast charging. Now the fast charging does charge the device in around 65 to 70 minutes, and it's again pretty good. Now the battery life is again good. We got around almost slightly more than a day of battery life with this device. Again, a pretty optimized battery. We don't see any sort of issues. It's not a stellar battery life like 2 days or 2.5 days, but on an average you can get around 1.5 to 1 to 1.5 days of battery life with the Vivo X50. So now summing up, let's first have a look at the pros and cons. The pros include excellent design and build quality, great display, good software experience, then you get excellent cameras and also great battery life. Now the cons, the processor given at the 35K price segment is not really that great. It should have been a better processor, and the pricing wise it's slightly on the higher side, and there is no micro SD card expansion slot or 3.5mm audio jack offered. So that was the pros and cons of the Vivo X50. So should you buy this? Now first things first, if you're looking for a smartphone with high-end performance and gaming at 35K price segment, Vivo X50 is not for you, because you get better processors at 35K price segment. But if you're looking for a premium device, premium smartphone, great looking smartphone, excellent cameras, good software experience, good display and good overall experience, but you had to compromise on the processor part. Mind you, the processor is 730. That does not mean it's a laggy processor. It's a good processor, but it may not be the most powerful out there. In that case, Vivo X50 is a perfect choice at 35,000 price segment. So that was the detailed review of the Vivo X50. So what do you think about the X50? Do share in your thoughts in the comment section. This is Nirmal signing off with the detailed review of the Vivo X50. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.